Ladies and gentlemen, this is Frank Donga, and you're listening to Boom Radio. Boom Radio. Keep listening. Don't touch it.
Good morning. I'm so sorry. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It is the BoomBar right here on your Boom Radio NG. My name is Oladolupo, and I bid you one welcome to the bar today. It is Friday. It's the Friday before Christmas. Yeah, it is. Anyway, today is going to be very interesting. We're going to be talking about a lot of things today. Looks like there's a lot of gist about the budget, like we had expected, on Nigeria's budget. Maybe not a lot on from the side of the Senate, but there's a conversation that is happening in the House of Representatives that I think that it will be nice to that we will talk about. So definitely, Mr. Emefiele is in the news again. For people that do not know, he's in the news again. It seems that quite a number of other things that we're going to be talking about today. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. There are a few updates about things that we had talked about before, and basically giving you updates on those and some new gist. Anyway, so sit back, relax, and enjoy today's show. My name is Oladolupo, like I said, and with me in the studio is Shola Rogers.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the BoomBar. Thank God it's Friday. Not New Music Friday for us, though.
Yeah, it's the end of the year. I think a lot more people had dropped most of their songs last week. Remember last week I had like God knows how many songs. In the past 2-3 weeks, there were a lot of songs being dropped.
Yeah, they were dropping it like it was going out of fashion.
Yeah,
apparently it was.
Maybe they were just done for the year. Apparently, however, it is a dirty December.
But
before in Lagos.
We say that though, Burna Boy dropped something.
Oh yes, he did actually.
Bundle on bundle.
Yes, he did. That's what I'm saying. But it is a dirty December. There's a lot of parties. Yesterday actually saw a party, an office party that had Davido, Wizkid, Burna Boy, and Fireboy actually. And I'm like, is it really an end of the year party, or let's call it, say you want to have a concert? And I'm sure that for people that probably knew, the struggle to get tickets into that party will be massive.
Tickets, more like invites.
Invites. It's not sold. Yeah, it's like I'm like, well, okay, there's money where there's money, but
but
it's always all money. So
the end of year parties have always actually formed the basis for parties on the island and in Nigeria and Lagos in particular. It's always big. The banks and the oil companies used to compete those days, and it was massive. And back in the day, we were privileged to attend 3 or 4 in a day. I relish those days where you have invited, like I can't mention the brands now, and you're party hopping, and at times you're meeting people from you left that place, but we're still going to go back. We heard that Kenny is still going to come. Maybe Lagwaja is going to pop up or something or whatever.
But definitely is what we'll call a dirty December, especially this year. The interesting part is, if you're on social media, there are a lot of celebrities or very popular people that are not even Nigerians that are popping into Nigeria. Popular people, not very popular people. It looks like the way it's going, Lagos is the
The melting pot.
It's the destination.
Yeah,
You know, when they say
choice.
we're going to, it's a destination party. Lagos is definitely a destination for Christmas that we cannot deny. Maybe that's what Mr. President knew and decided, you know what, let me come first.
Yeah.
In case people were...
One of the advantages is that you know that there's no snow. There's nobody going to keep you snowbound in the house because there's no snow. And again, even the weather is not as harsh as it would be for you because it's colder now.
Yeah, in most parts of Nigeria. In most part of Nigeria, it's not as cold in Lagos and all that, maybe due because of population and all that. But Lagos State, you know, a lot of people have said it, if you're going somewhere and you're going to stay out late, you have to look for where to get a hotel because traffic will be mad. However, if you're not careful, those hotels are all booked up, the Airbnbs and everybody is just coming into Lagos. And, you know,
there's so many events that even rental people are cashing out. Like all rentals are virtually shut down because all their...
Everything has been
taken
over.
For.
Everything has been paid for. It definitely, if you know your way around, if you know your way in Lagos, it's definitely going to be a very, very, very fun Christmas for a lot of people. And you know, another thing is, interestingly, things are way more expensive in Nigeria. So just put it out there. For people that are coming from other countries, what you spent last year in Nigeria is not what you will spend this year.
Way more expensive.
Don't
put who?
For even the people that are coming in. What?
I like to disagree.
You know why I said so is, okay, hold on. Let's break it down. Dollar to a naira is 1,500. So $1,000, maybe you've planned 1,000, that's about 1.5 million. What 1.5 million bought you last year will not buy it this year.
So what if I was not in your country last year? How is it way more expensive for me? I'm coming to your country for the first time.
Okay.
I have $2,000, $3,000, $5,000, $10,000 to spend, and
But it also means that you're going to need a lot more dollars to do that.
No, I don't. If I'm coming to Nigeria with Forex and I have $10,000 to spend for 2 weeks that I'm in Nigeria, as soon as I convert that, how much do you think that is?
I get it.
How much
it's a lot of money.
It's a direct question. How much is it?
$10,000, that's about 15 million naira.
That's 15 million naira.
Yes.
So I have 15 million naira. I am on the island. I get your average solid Airbnb in Lekki. How much do you think that is?
300, 400K.
Or less. We know it's less.
At times, depending on
Okay, so let's go with your 300, 400K.
Mm-hmm.
For 10 days that I'm here, how much is that?
That's about 3 million, 4 million.
How much do I have to blow? 12 million.
You're going to the club?
Yeah. How much am I spending in the club?
That's you. Some people will spend that 12 million naira in a day.
I'm just trying to tell you that assertion is completely off it.
I don't think it's off it.
If you go by stats and facts.
Even we in Nigeria know that what you bought last year is not, you're spending
that's
2-3
not the
times.
issue. You see, you're talking about people in Nigeria, and we were referring to people who had come back with Forex to spend.
Yes, but the same Forex will not buy you the same thing you bought last year.
But what if I was not here last year? I didn't buy anything last year. Most of these people were not even in Nigeria. This is their first time. And I'm telling you, you get more value for your money in Nigeria. That's a fact. I've spoken to a lot of people, and I've even done 1 or 2 transactions for and with people.
Okay, so we have a comment. Olabala says, why is Lagos taking everything? You people always discussing Ogun, Lagos, Oyo, Ekiti. Why don't you discuss Ondo on this show? Ondo is the best state in Nigeria.
That's a word. That's a word.
No, I don't agree.
That's a
word.
But
apparently, we actually do discuss a lot of Ondo say maybe not a lot, but it depends on just the news.
So it's usually based on, like you now, you can control the narrative here. You have information, you have to bring it. Well, it's a bar. That's the concept. So
yeah.
But Ondo being the best state in the world.
No, I do not agree.
I agree with you.
No, I do not agree.
Ondo is a country.
Oh, okay. So Peterman says 12 million naira in a day. Oh yes, people will spend 12 million naira in a day.
No, look.
People will go.
I'm not talking about.
Are we saying that you don't go to clubs and people don't go to clubs and spend that kind of money in a day?
Let's open our minds. I'm not saying that people like Dolupo's friends that spend 12 million do not exist.
Why?
But realistically,
stop using Dolupo as the benchmark for these things.
Realistically,
I don't like it.
Realistically, I have the person brings $10,000 and has 15 million, spends 3 million on accommodation. How much is Uber in a day? Vote 100K to Uber in a day for 10 days. That's 1 million. You still have 12 million naira. And if you are,
you have 11 million.
If you are spending 1 million daily, 1 million naira daily, you will still have 1 million naira to share at the airport.
How many people actually have that $10,000 to also come and blow?
A lot of people do.
A
lot of people do. A lot. This year, a few of my boys that came through, I don't need to be exposing them. A lot of people do. Look, it's an holiday. Even if you have to save up for it, you come to Nigeria with solid forex, and you're a big man. You're a big man. You the things that you can't do in America, you will do here. Even non-Nigerians that have come here, I've seen their videos, I've seen the things that they said. The quality of the things that they rent. There's this guy called Authentic Traveler. Free advert for him. He's a great guy. Watch the video he made about the apartment that he rented at Ojodu here, not too far away from this place. And you'll be wondering like, oh, this thing exists on. And the guy was comparing the quality of that house to what would obtain, because he's traveled all over the world. So I'm not even just talking because I'm passionate about Nigeria or anything. I'm telling you for a fact that with $10,000, you're a king in Nigeria. The things that $10,000 can do in America, I can't do it in Nigeria. You cannot. You cannot get that kind of apartment and pay, what's it? How much is $300? You pay $300 for that type of apartment. For 10 days, you pay $3,000. It's not possible. It's not.
So
it's not. But you and the people that spend 12 million a day, congratulations to you people.
So Peterman says $5,000 in Ibadan for 2 weeks. You are a king.
Yeah, so double king.
You are a double king.
You see? Can you see?
No.
We got this nice apartment for 80K. A 2-bedroom, lovely with bungalow with space. So plenty. It was in Bodija, 80,000. Pata if they have doubled it, is 160K now. How much? If I'm there for 10 days, that's 1.6 million naira. How much is that? The
honest truth is, so I know a lot of people are coming into Lagos. Lagos is the life of the party. However, the honest truth is, if you don't want all the too much hustle and bustle, the honest truth, you don't even want to stay in Ibadan.
There's no honest truth. It's just your preference.
No. When I say that, if you don't want the noise and the hustle and bustle, even Ibadan is not your best bet. Because the kind of traffic that you will see in the next couple of days in Ibadan, too, also, it's not going to be great. So there's still going to be a lot of influx of people in Ibadan as well. So
tie into what Olabola just mentioned, that, okay, we focus a lot on Lagos, Ogun, Ekiti, and it's time for those other states
to actually invite people.
Enugu, Rivers, Anambra, Plateau, with the lovely weather that they have, Kano, Kaduna, Katsina.
It's time for them to
create it.
Yeah.
Okay, what are people looking for? They're looking for concerts, they're looking for parties and everything. Look, Ondo has the largest or the longest shoreline in Nigeria. They have lovely beaches. The kind of beaches in Ondo, Lagos doesn't even have them.
Exactly. Olabala said, I didn't even spend up to 3,000 in 1 month in Ondo 3 years ago for a month.
Exactly. And that's what we're saying. How much is it? I was in Ondo a few months ago. This guy, I think his Soka son, he has a resort just before you get into Ondo. He now has a new hotel with the same name. We had an entire apartment to ourselves for 3 days. My man, we were kings, man. We were kings.
Olabala says, you people forget we have bitch.
Yeah, I just mentioned it now, but they're not doing anything about it. Look, we used to have Lekki Sun Splash.
What's it called? I started putting a lot of awareness to it now.
Sheilo, that's his job. He's doing a good job, but they need to do more. Lekki Sun Splash became one of the reasons why people were going to Lekki Axis. Growing up in Lagos, a lot of us waiting they find go Lekki. Nothing they Lekki, that Axis stopped at Morocco for us. That's what it was. There was no road, there was nothing until they started opening up that Axis. Lekki Sun Splash was a show that everybody wanted to go. Then later, the Redeemed Church started doing their end of year concert. Holy Ghost
Congress.
Before it became Congress, it was Holy Ghost something. It was Holy Ghost something else. So we would go. People would go, and Lagos would be like on lockdown. And that's when people started moving and migrating, and
Okay, so basically what you're saying is that you need to do something that will attract
people. And when people look at it, and this Lagos Calabar is going to be a game changer. That Lagos Calabar access.
Yeah, remember that
it's going to be a game changer.
I don't think that happens anymore. The Calabar show every year, the Calabar Carnival.
The Carnival is still running.
It actually dragged a lot of people.
People still go.
But it's not as big as it used to be before.
Maybe they're not hyping it like they used to, because it used to be a whole month of partying.
Oh, Olabala says Holy Ghost Night, Lekki 98.
Holy Ghost Night. God bless you. Do you know that people were coming to Lekki on boats? Because Lekki, the express was shut down. People were using boats to come to that Holy Ghost Night. And that access was not as developed as it is now.
So he says the Lagos to Calabar road is a blessing.
It is. It's a game changer, which means that we can, once they have proper hotels along that shoreline, we can go to Ogun, we can go to Ondo, or even go as far as Calabar without the stress of going through Ore and Benin and Onisha to get to Calabar. It's just a beautiful thing. If people could remove the politics, and just look at the legacy project
is going to what is going to do, the impact is going to have. Yeah. So basically, okay, this was just supposed to be a one-liner, but it is December anyway.
Yeah, it's dirty December.
It's dirty December. Like I said,
they used to have a 30-day party in Calabar. 30 days.
Yes, everything was shut down. The honest truth is that even if you're not in Lagos, wherever you are, I honestly, I'm not sure that I have spent Christmas outside the Southwest before in Nigeria. So I don't know what really pertains everywhere else. But I can tell you for a fact, every state in the Southwest, December is fun.
Even in the eastern and southern part of Nigeria, you must realize the amount of people that have traveled and that still travel is because of that's when they have those parties and the meetings and all of that. So it's still happening like that in other parts of Nigeria. People are still trying to create their fun. I was going through a lot of things in my mind before we started the show, and I'm like, regardless of the kind of year that people have, a large chunk of people don't play with end of year activities.
Don't mess with Nigerians. Nigerians don't used to do that one. Okay, the year was bad. It has gone. This one, we're in the present. However, I also saw a tweet earlier today, and I wanted us to talk, since we're on this matter. And the person was talking about how this person is from the Southeast, and the person was talking about how growing up, it was a thing, like there was a large chunk of movement from the Southwest and from the North back to the East. It was a thing.
Yeah.
But that, however, with the constant insecurity, there's a lot of people that
are staying back
where they are. And all that money
is staying back.
They're going to provide whatever it is for themselves they are. They're staying back.
They're going to party.
And that the amount of, and the person was explaining, like, look at the amount of money influx. Take, for example, Lagos is going to get this 2, 3, 4 weeks.
It's
and we see the damage that
so massive
some people's
that Lagos will not feel the impact of anybody traveling or going anywhere for 2 weeks to even 1 month, because for everybody that has left Nigeria, there's at least one person that their life expenditure
is I'm coming to Lagos.
Will cover for like 100 of you that have left.
Their life goal is I'm spending Christmas in Lagos.
It's something that I think even the governors in the Southeast need to wake up and go really hard on. It's almost as if you're cutting off your nose to spite your face. That's what it looks like to me. I have tried to rationalize it, and I just can't wrap my head around it. You say you're agitating for something, and you are putting the people who are supposed to be the ones you're agitating on their behalf through hell.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
So people are afraid to travel. Guess what? The ones that are even traveling now, a lot of people are going by air. Because they can't risk the danger of driving through the roads. They're afraid that something will happen to them. Some people actually send their drivers with their vehicles. And then,
it's the driver that can this life.
Driver knew, right?
Olabala says, why would anybody want to go to the East? You can't grow your region by yourself. Then I'm the moon, star, and the I'm the moon, the sun, and the star mentality is what is pulling the region down. It's just a very sad one for me because like there's so much, and like I said, you think that it's just Lagos. For people that know Ibadan well, in the next couple of days, it's going to be hellish.
From this weekend now.
It's going
today
to
is Friday.
be, yeah. So from today,
You know the
it's
funny
going to
thing?
be hellish.
The only funny thing, I also know a large chunk of people that are actually moving to Abeokuta.
Yeah, that I was going to
And
say.
Ijebu.
If you spend Christmas in Ijebu, oh my God, you will. Ijebu is your laid back town. Christmas in Ijebu is something else completely.
And although, because I know that last week was Ekimogun Festival, and it was massive, and now there's a lot of awareness about all these festivals.
Now, yes.
Thank God for Ojude, but I'm not gonna lie, it made it look as if
it made people understand, like, okay, this is our own thing. We
all
also
these
can
things exist and we can play.
Yeah, this year a lot of states and their festivals really did put more color in it. Peterman says our Eastern friends in America here are all investing in Asaba.
Yeah, I heard that Asaba is saturated also, that the place is packed.
But that's south.
But it's still the closest thing to the east.
I get it, but that's still
It's
developing
just
someone else's region.
You've forgotten that there's a bridge now. There's a bridge, that Buhari had built. And
No, I get all that. I'm just saying that by
I'm
the
just
time
talking
all
logistics.
that calculation is that's IGR and all that is going to Delta State. All that is in the south. So I really
But it
really
is
hope
what it is.
that the governors actually do something. You cannot continue like that. Olabala says hopefully they don't turn Ijebu and Abeokuta to no man's land. Maybe they are coming to Ibadan to develop it. I think
it's
Ibadan
funny.
is even too large.
It's fun. Ibadan, okay. Ibadan is a
How
state
now?
on its own
How
now.
now?
It does. If you remove Ibadan from the whole of yourself,
If you remove Ibadan from the whole of Southwest, Southwest self will feel it.
But it's all good in the hood though, and this is us hoping and praying that everybody would just have a great holiday.
Okay, so Peterman says Shola is missing the point. They're scared of going home. I'm not sure that you heard what he was saying, but yeah, they are actually scared of going home.
Yeah, so I know quite a few people that have flown or are planning to fly. They are still going to go, but they won't be like they used to. That we all agree. You understand? So I was hoping, like I was saying, that if the governors of the southeastern part of Nigeria get serious and they put the politics aside, they put the sentiment aside and make up their mind that, okay, they're staying in Nigeria and they want to make things work. They can nip this thing in the bud.
Yeah.
Look, the prime minister of USB has been disconnected. You know when you
What's USB?
United States of Biafra is USB.
Are you serious right now?
But that's what they are called, USB.
No, you're joking, man.
You can Google it.
You're
USB.
okay. Please let's move on.
No, just
Let's
Google
move on.
USB.
No,
Simon
I'm
Ekpa.
okay. I'm okay.
He's been disconnected. I heard that another high-ranking person in Finland is also probably about to be arrested or whatever.
Peterman says, please, we don't want you people in my state of Oyo. Leave us with our brown roof, please.
The brown roofs are changing, though.
The brown roofs are all changing.
The brown roofs are changing. You know that.
Anyway, so let's move on quickly. But really hope that everybody has
Dettydecember,
a beautiful
and
Christmas.
Whatever you do, please remember that there are other people out there that need your help. On Tuesday, we will be joining a group of friends to feed about 2,000 people. Dolukbo.
Yeah, about 2,000.
We'll be
people.
out there celebrating Christmas
with people
with
that
them. About 2,000. So please, we're not just saying it; we're doing it, and we're encouraging you guys out there to be a blessing
to somebody else. Exactly. Now let's move on from all that conversation, and just wanted to put this out there. The Senate has passed the 2025 budget for second reading and they've adjourned to January 14th. So they're going to holiday. They don't send you guys. They're going. However, in the House of Representatives, it looks like there's a lot more conversation now. Former Governor El-Rufai's son had now made a talking point, which seems it's got everybody talking. Mm-hmm. And what he's saying is that why is it that MDAs every year put in budget things like utensils and vehicles that do cars, what's it called? Why do cars expire? So, okay, Olabala says, please crowd control Boom Radio. Let 2,000 be 2,000, please.
Yeah, thank you
So,
for that.
yeah, crowd control definitely
We have
on.
capacity for 3,000, but that's why we're saying 2,000. And yes, thank you for that. We are going to step up our plans to control the crowd. We're already speaking with the police, and we have some other volunteers and some security in place. And again, it's outdoor, so we will try to make sure that there's a lot of freedom for people to go and come, not to have a constrained entrance, because there are a lot of things that we need to factor. But thank you very much
for that observation.
For that. Thank you.
Definitely. So basically, what Honorable Bello El-Rufai he's saying is that why are you buying vehicles every year? Vehicles don't expire.
The beauty of this statement by El-Rufai is the real matter, that every year, if you don't agree, you can go dig up some old budgets. There are some items that just reoccur.
So it's almost like as if they're just slapping the same budget. Okay,
copy and
reprint
paste.
it or put 2025 on this one and submit it for them.
It's like someone copying his neighbor in an exam. Then you also copy the person's matriculation number. So now who can't get results now? You understand? That's what our budgets have been for a while. I know those things have changed to a large extent, but our budgets are still a far cry from what Nigerians want.
Exactly. So
how are you really and truly buying the same set of things for the same set of people over and over
again?
And that's why whenever they lose and someone else, they have the effrontery
to take those things
away.
So now that's where my question is. Yeah. A lot of people, in fact, I've seen a lot of people attacking him that did he tell his father that when his father was governor and all that. And I'm like, can we be in the present? What he said, is it wrong? Is it actually wrong?
Yeah, the proverbial message and messenger thing, like that, forget the messenger, but look at the message. But in this case, don't even forget the messenger. The people who are talking, do they have proof that his father did that?
Exactly, but my issue is...
Do you have proof? Because one of the things that man did that I really liked was, at some point, Kaduna State had the highest FDI,
I think in Nigeria. I think they still generate the highest IGR or something in that region.
No, FDI.
Yeah.
Mainly because you're looking at Lagos is the natural.
Yes.
Ogun
there was a
next.
particular year that
there was a year.
Yes.
So
he
if you
did
could do
really
that
well.
in Kaduna, for me, and that speaks of development, speaks of growth. Spoke to a few people in Kaduna. A lot of people don't like him, but when people don't like someone, a politician, go and check why. Honestly, don't go with the crowd. Like they don't like Wike now, but we know why. I'm not saying Wike is a saint, but I'm just saying a lot of people don't like him because it's going to bring down a lot of illegal structures.
So Peterman says, reminds me of when your biology teacher gave 3 versions of midterm exams. Boys are just copying ABCD.
Yeah.
Half the class failed. I won't load.
Yeah, those teachers are wicked, right? Like you don't know that this person's question is different from the next.
The year, I think the year that I took JAM, that was what they started with. So I have type A, the person beside me has type B. We have the same questions, quite all right, yeah? But my number 1 is probably the next person's number 25. And these things are timed. So if you are not careful, if you are looking for which number, you will not finish. At the end of the day, so if you are doing ABC, you are
on your own now. And again, these are the issues. So when a president or a governor, and in this case, we've seen a lot of local government chairmen also present their budgets to the legislation or legislators in their local government. I've seen 2 in Lagos happen. Ogunlewe did it, and the mayor, the chairman of the K2 Axis also has done the same thing, I think Oshifes, or what's his name? I've forgotten. So the idea is that when they present those things, the House should not just pass it now. Really and truly.
Yeah, the whole point is you're actually supposed to look through it.
And what you're doing, again, like we said a few days ago, how well have they performed with the previous budget?
Exactly.
And look at the items. Oh, why
Remember, it's part of the things that we're talking about. I think it was yesterday where, I think that was in the news. We had passed that in the Senate, they had talked about how some people were not going to get allocations for 2025 because you cannot defend what you use the money to do in 2024.
That's exactly the problem there. So if you're going to do these things, can you actually just vet them?
And my own issue is that if we talk about, okay, this is part of their job, we're asking that the government needs to reduce overhead costs. It is in these things that you reduce, because really and truly, what are you using constant vehicles to do every year? Make it make sense now.
It's so sad though. I'm not gonna lie.
And then these cars, remember that is the government, so they're not buying used cars. They're buying brand new cars. Brand new cars in 4 years. There's probably nothing wrong with those cars. So what are you doing?
And you change them every year.
Come on.
You know the part where he talked about cutleries and all that stuff too. You might think, how much is cutlery? But if they all buy.
If everybody buy, yeah, exactly. Oh my God. See, you people, you will know the people that were very skilled in school. Olabala said there are tricks to passing multi-answer questions.
Okay.
C is the most likely answer. A is the least to be right. If it says all, every, definitely, mostly, or definitively, it is most likely wrong. Oh my God.
So there's even a style to this thing, and we didn't know when we were in school.
You people are hot. You people are hot. Anyway,
oh my God.
I think that's a conversation that definitely needs to go on. And if these things are, like I said, if these things are cut quickly, it could actually really just help. Also, just wanted to also put it out there, the Attorney General of the Federation has faulted the Edo Assembly over suspension of the local government chairman. So the Edo Assembly had faulted it because they were supposed to submit their financials for the last year, and I don't think they did. So the Assembly, the governor had asked them to submit it. They didn't submit it to him. Then the governor wrote to the Assembly, and then the Assembly suspended all of them. They had also talked about how the Assembly cannot just suspend them like that because they're elected, they're not appointed. And now the Attorney General himself is actually saying that it is wrong.
You know, it's a beautiful thing that the Attorney General of the Federation has quickly stepped
He's on
into
top
this
of it,
thing.
yeah.
I'm glad that he didn't wait until it became a big crisis, because we saw and we are seeing what is happening in Rivers State. And it's funny how, even with all the new awareness about how things should be done properly at the local government level, there is a so-called politician, that's the governor of Edo, who thinks that he can just find a way around it. I don't think it's right. Even if these people were not brought in by you, you don't own the state. And they won elections. They were
So according to him, the minister, at least if the Attorney General does not know, who else should know? He said it's only the legislative arm of the local government that could sack or place council chairman on suspension.
Not
the
the
way
state.
it's only the House of Assembly that can sack the governor.
That's what the law says. So there, Mr. Governor of Edo State, you might want to reach out to your legislative
so
people
he said
at the local government
under the
level.
current dispensation, local government chairman cannot be removed or suspended by any governor or House of Assembly without following the due process.
You heard?
So basically, Mr. Governor and Mr. House of Assembly, and I think that at times, these people, how do I say it now? These people, it actually shows ignorance.
A lot of it.
Because if you're lawmakers and you do not know that you do not have such powers,
Why do it?
you are just rubbishing yourself, because those people will still go back to office and they literally just laugh at you. So another thing is, does the governor, what started this conversation in the first place, does the governor even have the powers to ask for their financials?
Yeah, so what does the Constitution say about that? We'll find out. And because really and truly, if he has powers for such, what happens in the scenario where they do not provide him with that?
Because if I'm correct, if it's the same thing that I think, if I'm correct, the same thing that happens with the National Assembly and the president, the state assemblies and the governor and the councillors and the chairman, the way the National Assembly or the state assemblies can actually ask questions about those things from the governor. It is the council chairman, which this now brings up another thing, because I'm not even sure these so-called councillors know their powers that they wield.
Well, it's time for them to dust the constitution.
Do you understand? Because
they are lawmakers.
Because that is what exactly that's what the Attorney General is saying, that they are the ones that have these powers when it comes to the local government. It is the local government chairman and the councillors. I remember it was
99, 2000 when my friends in Sule local government, they were all legislators then, and their chairman was being ultra-vires. They actually impeached him, but they almost died. Story for another day.
So Chief Onigoko says the stampede should not have happened. Okay, so I'm guessing the one in Ibadan. Shola, you remember back in the days, you had to get local government permit, security, olode, and landlord association approval for large gatherings.
Yeah. You needed a permit. There's no way people were gathering and all. Like what we're doing now. We're already talking to the community leaders and all of that. You know, they are involved. The KBSA will be involved.
Those children died because of the failure of the local government. And I agree with you, sir.
It's so sad.
I totally agree with you.
They're saying about 30-something of them.
About 35 yesterday. Yeah. I'm not sure. I saw a report
that the final number
had risen to 40, but it's not confirmed from the state yet. So
it's a sad thing.
So it really is sad. It really, really is sad.
It's a sad thing.
People had been arrested for it. Don't let me say what I really think.
And well, I know their intentions were good, but hey, here you are.
Let's do the right thing.
If you had, crossed all the T's
do the right
and
thing.
dotted all the I's.
Exactly.
Maybe we won't. It's not a maybe. We won't even be.
We won't be here. We definitely won't be having this conversation. That's it. So now moving on from that, a court has now ordered the final forfeiture of warehouse and containers linked to. Wait for it. Have a wild guess. Uncle Murphy. Uncle Murphy.
Chief Doctor.
You know that
Apostle.
You had said something a few months ago. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure I believed it then. I will not lie to you. But after all the things that have been confiscated from this man, I'm beginning to toe that line. That the way he's going, he was probably at some point the richest person in Nigeria. So, what's he called? Oh, Alabala says, please, some people are saying they use them for sacrifice. Oh, God. When are we going to get out of this mentality? See, this is, and I feel that some of these things, it is looking for excuse for bad behavior. Things were not done properly. End of story. End of story. Let's call a spade a spade. People, I know that a lot of people talk about what happened. If you go to Lagos Island on a daily basis, at every point in time, if you say, okay, everybody stop, maybe like at 2 p.m., everybody Lagos Island stop, there are probably thousands of people. Do you understand? So I don't think it's the number of people. Also. We're just not doing the right thing. End of story. You want those kind of people there. Security. What are the security measures that you put in place? Are people on lines and all that? People slept in the venue before the day before. Why?
Yeah.
Security should have sent them home. Everybody go home. Yeah, what's the meaning of that?
It was a systemic failure, as always. You guys remember when there was a recruitment under President Goodluck Jonathan?
Yeah, in the stadium that people died. I think, was it NSCDC?
Yeah, I think it was immigration or something that were recruiting. It was the same scenario because we tend to fail to plan properly. You know, and if that could happen, it has happened when people wanted to get food, you will see that it's not about poverty. It's just about us as a people.
Lack of patience.
Yeah, because even the people who go there too, they're pushing on each other and everything. Ah, man.
I beg. So Alabala says Emefiele is a legend in the making. Emefiele is making Diezani look like a learner. I'm telling you.
I like to say that you have disrespected Chief Murphy.
He's rolling with the big boys.
Chief Murphy is in the same league on, with our daddy. You know who our daddy is
Who's
now?
our daddy? Our
Abacha
grandpa of blessed memory.
Abacha now.
Is
Abacha every year
the
dropping
gifts
like
that keeps giving.
after how many years of him passing on to glory or otherwise.
It keeps. You
It's
know what?
still a
It's
drop.
time to give Nigeria another. We need another money.
Sure you get.
Yeah.
So please don't put Chief Murphy in that
In
category.
the same category.
Man,
It's an insult.
What's that? What kind of a talk is that? A Chief Murphy? Untouchable.
Untouchable.
Uncountable.
Epeleza.
Chief Murphy showed us what a boo-boo-ton means. Like when you boo, you cannot boo-ton.
You cannot boot on.
No, it's not possible.
It just.
You cannot do that. Chief Murphy, apostle. Did you not see his brand new Bible that he was carrying
I will just
upside
say,
down?
sir. I will just say though, and I know that a lot of people might not want to hear it, but at some point we need to have a conversation about either President Buhari was culpable in this matter or he was just that clueless, which there's no angle to that will still make sense.
It's a sad situation though, because if you're going to say that you knew nothing about it, then
Also,
are you in charge?
Also,
How are you in charge?
There is a vice president who is the chairman of the National Economic Council, basically in charge of the CBN. Is one of the things that are under him. So, and I know that a lot of people really, really like or loved the vice president, the former vice president, Oshibajo. So, it's also culpable. We need to have those conversations because I think everybody talks about Emefiele, but I feel that it was because there was an enabling environment for him to do those things.
Or they were all just not up to their game, like they claimed they were.
And that's what I'm saying. That
a government that was built solely with the charge of anti-corruption,
which we're now seeing that they probably, and it's in your government that they probably carried out the biggest heist.
There's the Minister of Women, that is still under probe.
Yeah.
There's the aviation guy that is still under probe. Under a government that said they are doing anti-corruption.
Anti-corruption, my foot. Okay. Chief Onikoko says these things are taught in primary school, discipline and organization. Our people can't even line up in restaurants or train stations. Oh, people are horrible.
Oh, forget it.
Oh, that
one guy still did it to us today when we went to buy food.
We're horrible with queues.
I don't know what makes you think that the people who are queuing up are stupid.
No, it feels like the rest of us, we don't have anywhere we are going.
And it's those same people that will go and cause a stampede. They will do it at the stadium.
They will do it at the stadium.
They'll do it in
They're
church.
the ones that would shunt, and then you are driving, and then you see everybody going this way, and then you will go. And then you will go and cause another problem in front.
And their tail, is it tailgating or what's that thing where they're following you and they're pressing their own like you should fly.
It is just crazy. It's discipline. We lack discipline.
We lack discipline. Need a full reorientation, honestly.
And you know the funny thing is that
the next generation has to be taught this thing. I remember this Gen Z. They're gone. The one after them. What's that one again?
Alpha.
Those ones are almost gone.
You know the funny thing is that I remember I was talking to someone about NYSC and how I never went to queue for food, and the person was like, that you have money. And you know the funny thing was like, I was like that I probably never ate more than once a day. And you know the reason why? The way people were always pushing themselves and queue. I'm like, you know what? I would rather go hungry.
You know, in testament to what Chief Onikoko said, the Sam Okwaraji match that he died, that match that Okwaraji died at the National Stadium in Surulere, there was a stampede and people died. And I was in that stadium with my younger brother. My neighbor, Debola, was there with his own younger brother too. There were 4 of us. And we knew what to do. When people were rushing this way, we went that way. At some point, we sat down in the
Let
stadium.
everybody just
we were
go.
virtually the last to leave that stadium. That's
is
how
life.
we saw people, dead bodies lying on the track like this. They were laying them. I'm sure
It's
at
crazy.
least
It is.
we counted at least 7. I don't want to say because there were more numbers, but I always like to say be conservative with my numbers.
It honestly is crazy.
We knew what to do. We knew what to do.
We lack so much. We're so. I used to say most Nigerians are so badly behaved.
So we need to
It's
teach
crazy.
the younger ones these things, because if they don't know it, they can't do it.
They can't do it. Yes,
And
I agree.
there's this gap. There's this gap from this generation to the next.
It's a huge
So the
one.
things you know, they don't know.
They don't know. They definitely don't know. So
They
we have
don't
a
know.
few comments. Olabala says, I now strongly believe that they use Abacha for Ogonwo.
It's the other way around. Abacha himself is Ogonwo. See, you see others incantations, eh? There's some incantation that you just mention that name like this and
See,
dollar.
I used to say it.
dollar.
I don't know, but I don't think that there's some money that even Ogowo cannot give you. There's some Mephi's money.
Mephi, Abacha
They
level.
cannot give you. Don't deceive yourself.
Nobody near those guys. You see all this, what's that, Elon Musk? They don't have money that Mephi have.
If Nigerians nab Elon Musk, you are gone.
Elon Musk can't be Shigba compared
Anyway,
to Uncle Abacha.
Peterman says Oshibajo was a failure. Let's be honest. I think I agree with you, sir. I think I do agree.
All of
with
this
you.
happened under your nose. You're in charge of the economy. You know, you're a professor of law. You're on top of the game.
And
right?
they were doing all sorts of
all
things.
of this happened under your watch.
All the money, what?
See, one of the properties is even in Ogun State. There 1,900 hectares of land
And
at Mowe.
Olabola says Koboko and Pankere will serve as a crash course for the children. I'm telling you.
Yes, spare the rod and spoil the child. You must wield the stick if you have to. And yes, on TV, I'm talking about it. Yes, I did. Because look at these kids that you didn't beat or you didn't train. I'm not saying everything is Koboko and Pankere, but when there is a need to.
But there's a need to, you
deploy
will
it.
whip you in shape.
You will deploy.
It will whip you in shape. I you know, it's something I used to say that I think that Gen Zs these days don't have the concept of fear.
No.
And I know that they say that, children should respect their parents and not fear them. But however, the consequences, the fear of the consequences of some of your actions will give you common sense.
You know why?
So I saw a post.
Okay.
I think it was Joaba that posted. I remember we're talking when the conversation about what's his name, Bovi.
Yeah.
And then he now, I think
So
he now,
if he break TV like 3
yeah,
times.
he now said he remembers when they had a TV that it was a cupboard that was locked.
I said that here too.
He now said that one day he tried it and the thing didn't lock.
Yeah.
So he knew that he was in for it. He said his father gave him a reason to know that in your entire life you will not do it again. The man now went on to say, that was because I broke the lock. If I had broken the TV, I would have run away because I know that I was dead.
Yes, now.
My children know that you cannot break a TV. He went on to say, even my grandchildren know that you cannot break a TV.
So, Dolubo, one of the things that is making the younger kids act the way they do is the fact that there was never any follow through by their parents. Like when my mom or my dad would say, if I already have collected like 2.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah. Because they know that is I get your point. Like,
do you get?
Keep your promise. When they say, if I will beat you, keep the promise.
I saw a guy make a video, American guy, and I said parents were the same that period. That when you offend, there was a time now that you thought, they will tell you in school, cut hair from your eyebrow and put it here, and do this or do that. That your parents, they will forget.
If
I don't know, Baba Rogers have forgotten, no problem. At like 2 a.m. in the dead of the night, you just get one. Oh boy, what happened now? You thought the guy he didn't forget. And that's why you won't do it again. But this the experience, you say, I will beat you, and that's the end.
That's the end.
Don't use your tab. Waiting, Pikin go carry the tab, use them because say now only threat you, they threat you not get followed through. But our generations,
so when they say, I will beat you, be sure that you have already been beaten. Yes.
You have been beaten.
And
that is discipline. Yeah. We need discipline.
It is. That's so Peterman says, a whole professor of law sharing 10K in open market. That was the day I gave up on the pastor.
Yeah, sad.
Well, on that one. Olabala says, but 3 TVs. I think it was just that one complete lack of discipline. There's nobody that can tell me.
I don't doubt him buying those TVs because he said he could afford it. You get, but is he helping that child?
Me, I
Is he
cannot
helping
give
that
birth
child?
to a child that is what's the word now? That is destructive. I think that being destructive is a very dangerous trait. I don't know. Maybe I'm scaremongering or it affects me. You know, when maybe the child lies or the child used to. Do you understand? But being a destructive human being literally scares the life out of me. So you cannot. I don't think anybody should toe that line.
A Nigerian parent will tell you to do something and you will not do it immediately.
No, you'll be beaten. You will not be reported to what betide you. For someone like me that had 5 aunties.
That period.
You will be holiday period.
Shebi your aunties
They'll
are your
be beating you.
Dolupo.
Everybody will now come and revisit that matter again.
Those aunties of yours, your blood relatives, right? I said your neighbor, people on the street will discipline you and tell you to go and tell your parents.
So Peterman says our parents would even tell you to go get your cane from the bush.
Yeah,
that's when you start making life-changing decisions.
Pick your poison by yourself.
Maybe I should run away at this point. That's it. You know for a fact.
Are you playing? You playing? Like you're supposed to be on your way to school. You're wearing school uniform. And it is 8:15, 8:30, 8:45, and you are not inside your school. That's where one man that doesn't know you will start beating you until you get to school. The man will beat you until you get to school.
I tell people that
I saw this student roaming about.
I saw
with
that
the school
it was
uniform.
cane. Was I a troublesome child? I will not lie. I was not a very easy child.
You're still a troublesome person.
No, I'm not.
So.
But I will tell you that I got
agree.
beaten so much that my genesis of glasses started from cane. I remember there was a particular, I think I was SS1 or SS2. My mother hates the fact that you go late to school. Yeah. In fact, she tells you that you are making her look bad.
Yeah, because it's the parent. It's actually the parent. It's on the parent.
So she was horning. I was looking for my tie. And then my room had this, like, something like a corner. In that place, I hit my head and it was a huge ball. I was really angry and, all that. I'm injured. She can't see it. Like, everybody can see it. Mm-hmm. I still get beaten. I'm late.
Yeah.
There's now you now go to school. She now followed me to the sick bay and there's something. I'm like, are you kidding me right now?
What are you saying? I remember even when we had actually left, we were now like in uni, and 2 of my friends had done something to their father. I think they moved his car and they were not supposed to. He was the one that arrested them by himself. Like he actually arrested his own children.
Yes, sir. I know that we're all adults.
I beg you.
There are things that I probably can't do now.
Uni child, though.
I can't even do now. I can't even do now because I'm like, what? I don't just want the drama. So Alabala says the day my uncle caught me and my cousin smoking cigarette at night. Okay. I don't even need to finish reading it. We were just experimenting, though. 31 years later, I swear, when I see cigarettes, I still don't know why.
You don't go near the thing.
The kind of beating.
And that's your
PTSD.
Uncle, not even your mom or your dad.
Serious PTSD, man. Like, what?
Are you playing around? Discipline is what is lacking in the world today.
It's the same thing with this stampede thing we're talking about, yeah? You are in school. Your teacher says, line up.
Then you line up.
You don't say it twice. They won't say it twice.
There's
line up, you line up.
There's something I've been reading a lot about, the Ikigai and some other Japanese traits and cultures. And I've seen a lot of videos, and it's not hype. Remember at the World Cup, after every Japanese game, they would clean the stadium.
Yes.
They would clean the stadium.
It's orientation.
Even their team, the dressing room,
they're always neat.
The dressing room now, you use your towels, you drop everything. They would come back and everything is neat after a game. It is a cultural thing that we had before. We had it.
To the dogs.
We had it. So if the Japanese could make a conscious effort to teach their children, and the children have taught their own children, and look at it now, it's not a cultural thing.
It is a cultural thing.
You can't walk down the street without a younger person saying hello or greeting you. In this place, I was standing next to my friend in church the other day. These 2 young sons walked up, and they were talking. They didn't even say hello. They were talking to their father. Then the father goes, did you not see uncle?
No, that's their nonsense.
One now did his head like this to me. The other one now said, hi. I looked at their father. I knew he was embarrassed, but that's what you raised.
That's what you raised. Exactly. Okay, quickly before we go, we actually need to run quickly. Maybe let's do a bit of sports. National Sports Festival has been postponed to May. It's supposed to have been in Ogun in January, but they said that for logistical reasons. Now the National Sports Commission are really involved in it, and they're saying that
because the former commissioner of sports in Ogun State is now the DG of National Sports Commission, so it's natural that he would.
Maybe they want to make it bigger and all that. So let's see what they're coming up with. Also, the Fury Usyk fight is this.
We can't wait.
It's this weekend. Definitely, it's really crazy. They had an 11-minute stare down. A lot of people are talking about it.
Never in the history of boxing have I seen that 11-minute stare down. How? 11 minutes. But that stare down also led to Fury to be the first one to move and talk. So for that reason, Usyk, baby, Team Usyk.
Anyway, also yesterday we finally saw the draws of the Carabao Cup. It definitely, this semi-finals is not going to be walk in the park for anybody. Arsenal has now been drawn with Newcastle and Spurs has been drawn with Liverpool.
So the final will be Arsenal-Liverpool. It's going to be a classic.
So you don't think that Tottenham can beat?
Tottenham cannot beat Liverpool with the way both teams are structured now. And Arsenal will beat Newcastle. I said it. So,
but we don't know who's going to win that.
It's Arsenal-Liverpool. I won't go beyond that one.
That one at this point. Anyway, they're quite good. There are going to be quite a number of games this weekend as well. I think that
any fixtures from the French League on. I don't know when my team is playing. Brest.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's a football team.
I don't know.
Are you Sabi?
I don't know what you're talking about. Moving on quickly, there's going to be Aston Villa City. Okay, so
will the promo continue?
We'll see. Olabala said, please, let's call Chelsea out. Beating on Peking teams. That's all they do.
I saw that. I saw the highlights. I didn't watch the game. Even person where we don't know they score a trick. Chelsea is on fire now, I beg.
Anyway, so Aston Villa, Manchester City, like you said,
will the promo
continue? We'll see that Brentford, Nottingham Forest, Ipswich, Newcastle, West Ham United, and then Crystal Palace and Arsenal again.
And again. What happened, Gongo?
Now it is
Premier League.
Now it's Premier League that they're playing. Also, we'll be seeing Everton, Chelsea, Southampton, Fulham, Leicester, Wolves, Manchester United, Bournemouth, and Tottenham, Liverpool again. So it's going to be quite. It seems to be. It's going to be a very interesting weekend, actually. Let's see. Do we have time for one or two more prizes? Anyway, also global oil prices have declined, and we talked about it yesterday that Dangote Refinery had reduced the price to 899. As of today, there are a few filling stations that have dropped their prices. Marketers are talking about, I think, landing cost of about 935 naira now, and some people are already selling at 950.
Yeah, so that's good news for
over 1,000.
Good news for Nigerians.
So it's safe to say that maybe the marketers are not getting as greedy as they used to be before, or would I say that? Or would we say that this is a good thing now?
Market forces might finally be coming to play.
We're seeing like market forces really come to play. That. I think it's a beautiful thing if that's where we are at this point. Quickly before we go, it says that. Olabala says, I'm scared my team may fall into relegation. Manchester United, God help us. I don't think they will. I
think United will finish in the top 10.
I think that maybe let's be conservative between 8 and 12.
Top 10.
But I don't think that they will get into it. I don't think it will be that bad. Peterman says, the most the Naira appreciates, the more the price will drop.
Amen.
Tinubu promises 1,400. I think it's 1,005. He did.
But we want 700, 800.
You do too much.
Okay, we should not say what we want again.
They will
now say, why didn't we?
But let's be realistic.
Oh, you think 700 is not realistic?
right now. We're not defending anything, no.
Wow.
Nobody's defending
And that's
anything.
what we want. And when it gets there, Dolupo, what are you going to do?
I'm not saying that it won't get, but we know that it's a lot of manufacturing and a lot of exporting.
And that's happening already.
In the next 1 year, would we see that much happen?
Listen, the largest requirement for dollars was the oil that we were we were importing petrol and DPK and PMS and all of that. Right now, we're exporting.
Yeah.
So I'm saying it's not impossible. I know what President Tinubu did. He deliberately sent the benchmark high so that when it goes lower, people will say, man, fantastic. He did. Now, if it doesn't, they'll say, well, he said it's 1.5 and it's 1.5. 1.5.
Okay. All right. On that note, that is all we'll be able to take today on the bar. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you so much for the comments. Like we had promised, we said that by next week
please share,
we'll see,
like,
we'll share, like. It is going to
subscribe.
Have a beautiful weekend. We will be here for the Christmas holidays. Oh yes, we're gonna be here.
We're not going anywhere.
We're
maybe that's when you guys get to send us our Christmas
Christmas
jollof.
All right. Have a beautiful weekend ahead. Peace.